These words from Rumi hold a secret that could change the way you see your life. If you let them reach you, by the end of this video, you will not return the same. What does Rumi mean here? At first, the words seem simple. Stay away from negative people. But look deeper. He's not talking about casual annoyances or minor disagreements. Rumi is warning you about something far more dangerous. The slow poison that certain people inject into your soul without you even realizing it. Think about it. Disease and death. Those aren't small words. Rumi chose them deliberately, because some people don't just drain your energy. They pull you backwards, away from life itself, away from who you're meant to become. They make you smaller, dimmer, less alive with every interaction. Imagine your life as a garden. Every person you allow close to you is either watering your flowers or spreading weeds. The thing about weeds is they don't announce themselves. They grow quietly, stealing nutrients from your soil, blocking sunlight from your blooms. And before you know it, your garden, once full of color and life, becomes a wasteland. This is what Rumi saw 800 years ago, and nothing has changed. In fact, it's gotten worse. Today, the weeds come through your phone screen at 2 a.m. They slide into your DMs with their drama. They sit across from you at dinner, telling you why your dreams are impossible. They broadcast their fear and rage 24/7 through news feeds designed to keep you scrolling, keep you scared, keep you small. Rumi identifies 3 specific types of soul thieves in his teaching. First, those who make you fearful. Fear is the mind killer. But more than that, it's the dream killer. When someone constantly feeds you worst-case scenarios, when they paint the world as dangerous and tell you to stay small, stay safe, stay hidden, they're not protecting you. They're burying you alive. I knew someone once who called themselves a friend. Every time I shared good news, they'd find the shadow in it. Got a promotion? Well, more responsibility means more stress. Found love? Most relationships end badly. Started a business? 9 out of 10 fail, you know. They weren't lying, but they were choosing which truth to feed me. And I was starving on a diet of their fears. The second thief. Those who make you sad, not the friend who cries with you in genuine moments of grief. That's sacred. I'm talking about the ones who live in permanent winter, who've made victimhood their religion. They collect wounds like trophies. Every conversation is a competition of who's suffered more. They don't want solutions. They want you to join them in their darkness. These people see your joy as betrayal. Your happiness reminds them of what they've chosen to give up. So they pull you down, story by story, complaint by complaint, until you forget what sunlight feels like. The third, and most dangerous, those who degrade you. These are the subtle assassins of your spirit. They disguise their poison as jokes, as constructive criticism, as just being realistic. They know exactly where your insecurities live, and they poke them, gently, consistently, until you start to believe you really are too much, not enough, fundamentally flawed. Here's what Rumi understood that modern science is just catching up to. Emotions are contagious. Literally. Your brain has mirror neurons that automatically sync with the people around you. Spend time with someone anxious and your heart rate increases. Surround yourself with bitter people, and cynicism becomes your default language. But it goes deeper. Every interaction rewires your neural pathways. The people you spend time with aren't just influencing your mood. They're literally reshaping your brain, programming your automatic thoughts, determining what you see when you look at the world. Think about the last time you scrolled through negative news for an hour. How did your body feel afterward? Tense? Exhausted? That's not coincidence. Your nervous system can't tell the difference between a real threat and a headline about disaster. Every fearful story triggers your fight or flight response, flooding your body with stress hormones that, over time, literally create disease. This is what Rumi meant by degrade you back towards disease. It's not metaphorical. Chronic exposure to negative people and toxic information physically breaks down your immune system, disrupts your sleep, clouds your thinking. You're being pulled back toward death, one stressful interaction at a time. Now comes the part that makes people uncomfortable. Rumi doesn't say, try to change them. He doesn't say, love them anyway. He says, ignore them. Cut them out. Walk away. This isn't cruel. It's survival. You can't save someone who's drowning by letting them pull you under. You can't heal someone's darkness by dimming your own light. Some people aren't ready to rise, and that's their journey. But you don't have to make it yours. I know what you're thinking, but they're family. But we've been friends for 20 years. But they need me. Listen carefully. Loyalty to people who consistently harm your spirit isn't noble. It's self-destruction, wearing the mask of virtue. Your life force is not infinite. Every moment you spend absorbing someone's negativity is a moment stolen from your purpose, from the people who actually nurture your growth, from the work you're meant to do in this world. Rumi is telling you to be ruthless with your energy because your soul's evolution depends on it. But how do you actually do it? How do you ignore those who've been part of your life for so long? Rumi teaches us through another principle. Sell your cleverness and buy bewilderment. Stop trying to figure out why they are the way they are. Stop analyzing, fixing, understanding. That's your mind keeping you trapped in their web. Instead, become like water. When water meets a rock, it doesn't stop to argue. It simply flows around, finding another path. No drama, no explanation, just quiet redirection of energy. Start small. That friend who always calls with crisis, let it go to voicemail sometimes. The family member who criticizes everything you do, shorten the visits. The news that makes your chest tight. Delete the app. You don't need a dramatic confrontation. You don't need to announce your boundaries. Just quietly, consistently choose your peace. Here's what happens when you start ignoring the soul thieves. At first, it feels wrong, like you're being selfish, cold, ungrateful. That's their programming talking, the guilt they've installed to keep you available for their feeding. Push through it. Then comes the extinction burst. They'll escalate. More drama, bigger crises, louder criticism. They sense you pulling away, and they'll fight to keep you. Like a parasite sensing its host is about to shake it off. This is when most people cave, when the guilt becomes too much. Don't. This intensity is proof it's working. After that comes the silence, and in that silence, something magical happens. You start to hear your own voice again. Not the voice that's been shaped by their fears and limitations, but your true voice. The one that knows what you want, who you are, where you're going. Like a phoenix that must burn away the old to be reborn, you'll feel parts of yourself dying. The people pleaser, the guilt carrier, the fear absorber. Let them burn. What emerges from those ashes is the real you, the one who's been waiting under all that weight. Rumi doesn't tell us to be alone. He tells us to be selective. Be with those who help your being, he writes. Once you clear out the energy vampires, you create space for the light bringers, the ones who see your potential and water it, the ones who celebrate your victories without jealousy, the ones who hold space for your pain without making it about them. These people exist, but you can't find them when your life is full of noise from the wrong crowd. It's like trying to hear a whisper in a thunderstorm. Clear the storm, and the whisper becomes a song. Watch what happens when you surround yourself with people who are also growing, creating, evolving. Your conversations shift from problems to possibilities. Your energy shifts from surviving to thriving. Your days shift from dreading to anticipating. This isn't positive thinking. It's positive being, and it only happens when you're ruthless about who gets access to your energy. How do you know who to keep and who to release? Rumi gives us a simple test. After spending time with someone, ask yourself, do I feel more alive or less alive? Do I feel expanded or contracted? Do I feel more myself or less myself? Your body knows. That tightness in your chest when certain names appear on your phone. That's your soul saying no. That exhaustion after certain conversations. That's your life force being drained. That anxiety before certain gatherings. That's your spirit trying to protect itself. Stop overriding these signals. Stop betraying your own knowing for the sake of being nice. The universe is constantly showing you who nourishes you and who depletes you. The question is, are you brave enough to listen? What Rumi is really calling for is a sacred rebellion against the idea that you owe your energy to anyone who demands it, against the programming that says suffering is noble, against the lie that you're responsible for everyone else's happiness. This isn't about becoming heartless. It's about becoming whole. When you protect your energy, you have more to give to what truly matters. When you ignore the degraders, you have space to uplift others. When you step away from disease and death, you become a beacon of health and life. Think about the greatest contributors to humanity. The artists, innovators, healers, teachers who've changed the world. They all had one thing in common. They were ruthless about protecting their energy. They knew that to serve their purpose, they had to ignore the voices that would pull them back toward mediocrity. Every day you wait is a day you'll never get back. Every moment you spend in the company of those who make you fearful and sad is a moment stolen from your destiny. Rumi isn't suggesting you do this someday. The degradation is happening now. The disease is spreading now. The death of your dreams is occurring now, but so is your opportunity for resurrection. Right now, in this moment, you can choose. You can decide that your life force is sacred, that your peace is non-negotiable, that your growth is more important than their comfort. So remember, Rumi whispers through time, ignore those that make you fearful and sad, that degrade you back towards disease and death. Not just words, but a key, waiting for you to use. The door is in front of you. On one side, the familiar prison of toxic relationships, negative consumption, and energy vampires slowly draining your life away. On the other side, freedom, light, and the person you were born to become. The key is in your hand. The choice has always been yours. Turn it. Walk through. Don't look back. Your soul is calling you home.